And I realized that the record company was almost like they walked up to you, bought your name and likeness, put a price on it, and then you rented it, your name and likeness from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They walk up to you, look, you got potential. Here's $1 million. Now I own your name and likeness, and now you rent it from me for 18%, 20%. How about that?
Right. Right. It's
and all of the improvements that you do to yourself, I own. So your nose job, your jewelry, your cars, your look, your aura, I own, and you get a percentage of it.
Right.
All because I gave you $1 million.
Right.
Lucky.
Right.
Fuck you.
I know.
That's some slave. And by the way, I told you this in the fucking contracts in the 90s. It said the original version was called the master, and the duplicates are called slaves. Guys have contracts.
Shit.
It says slaves in the agreement, man. It says slaves in the agreement. How
still?
They changed it now. But the original on Ampex tape, the original Ampex tape was the master recording, and all the duplicates that you would make, that you would send out everywhere, they were called slaves in fucking contracts.
That's fucking insane.
For those y'all that are interested in my t-shirt, Racism is Lame, by my homeboy Dana Howard at Racism is Lame on Instagram. Go check him out. He got a lot of dope ass shirts on there, so go cop that motherfucker right now.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82Music.com, and right here we got Steve Stout and Russ talking about how in the 90s the record contract still said master and still said slave. Now, I said this in the United Masters thread probably about 2 months ago. I wrote this under a comment on a Pharrell video, and people got mad at me so I was playing the race card. First of all, what the fuck is the race card? Is this something that black people get? Does it get me a discount on gas? Does it allow me to buy Jordans? Like, what is this race card shit? Nigga, we don't wake up looking for racism. Racism is just everywhere around us. If it makes you uncomfortable, guess how we feel? Shut the fuck up. I wrote this on the United Masters thread, and I was telling people like the contract still said masters and slaves like for the recording, and people wouldn't do the research. I found this out in Donald Passon's book, All You Need to Know About the Music Business. I went back and really did the research, and this was a terminology that they used for anything that was electronic. So like back in the day, if there was a clock network, right? Everything wasn't digital. All the clocks weren't connected by satellites. So you would have one clock that was like the clock that was in charge, and then that controlled the other clocks all throughout the building or the city or whatever. That clock was called the master clock, and the other clocks were called the slave clocks. When it comes to music, when we talk about own your masters, that's the original recording, the master recording. Any duplicate off of that was called a slave. Now people are wondering like, okay, what's the big deal if it's electronic terminology? Because this is stuff that they put inside the contracts because words are power. Systemic racism is real. And if you're reading that stuff, subconsciously, it's gonna put you in a subservient state. I'm not saying that you're gonna do everything that they tell you to do, but the wording and the terminology is inside of a deal that you're signing your name on, that your finances is connected to, that you're gonna use to take care of your family. Therefore, you are subconsciously signing yourself to be a slave to somebody. And this is the stuff that's still going on in the record industry today. Yes, they might have taken the master and slave out of the contract, but the mentality is still there. One thing I learned about owning a business, man, is that it's the closest thing you'll ever get to owning people. And I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to own anybody. But what happens is when you own a business, you get to see all the money that's coming in, and you're paying people a percentage based off what they bring in. And if they can't do it, then you replace them with somebody else. Now that's just the name of the game in business. There's some humanity there. There's some feelings there. You want to take care of your people. But if you're a person who needs an ego stroke and wants to be in charge of people and wants to own people like a slave master, then when you own a business, that's the closest thing you're going to get to it. And a lot of people at record labels, they still think the exact same way. They feel like they own hip hop. They feel like they own these artists. That's why they have everybody look the same, dress the same, talk the same, do the same shit. You saw the video I posted with Waka Flocka and Noriega talking about how they got disrespected by record execs. All of this falls right in line. They view us like the slaves. We not no motherfucking slaves. Them days are over. This is our time. We can manufacture our own music. We can distribute our own music. We can market our own music, and we can own our own music. We don't need them for anything anymore. Which is why I'm doing everything I'm doing with True Support, because I own that. And when I chart on iTunes, which I am right now, when I chart on the Billboard 200, that's gonna make everybody see like, damn, it's independent artist time. So if you wanna help me chart while helping yourself, get a $250 Spotify playlist placement, click the link in the bio, purchase my album for $9.99 right now, and I'll put you on our playlist permanently for free. I'm Master Pond. Y'all stay true.
Group82music.com.